Is bonus content required inside of a book series omnibus? Well, it's not required, you are going to have to do something to draw in your fans. Remember, your omnibus is the accumulation of your entire series. So you're having the entire trilogy or whatever, or if you have like a 20-book series, you're having good chunks of those books inside of it. You are going to have to do something to draw in your audience. Now, some people will wait until the entire series is out and they'll buy the omnibus because it's cheaper to get an omnibus than to buy the individual books. But you also want to make sales, and this is really important. You want to make sales from your existing audience. So you have to have something to draw them in. If you don't have bonus content, what's the point in buying another compilation of the books they already have? They've already spent the money on the individual books. There's no reason for them to get the omnibus. So bonus content is not required, but is highly advised. And you need something that is a good draw because you've got to get your existing audience in there. Yes, you're probably going to get some people, but it's not going to be anything compared to your existing audience when it comes to purchasing this book. It's a big investment to buy into an entire series, and an omnibus saves them a little bit money, but you want to make sure you have your existing audience come on the journey as well. So bonus content is highly advised. And this can come in many, many forms. The one I typically recommend is a bonus novella, a full novella. A bonus novella they can't get anywhere else because a bonus scene really isn't that big of a draw. If you have one little scene that's a couple pages long, that's not going to be enough to get people to spend $30 on your omnibus. So you have to make sure it is a good, juicy bonus. A full novella, like 20, 30,000 words extra that they can't get anywhere else, will get your existing audience to buy your omnibus. So you want to make sure you've got really valuable, juicy things in there that they can't get anywhere else. Artwork is also really, really helpful. Having artwork in the pages of your book, having a completely redesigned chapter header, all those things are draws, but not as big of a draw as a new story. Artwork is great, but people will probably be able to see the artwork as your TikTok fans show it off in their TikToks. They're going to be able to consume that content without actually getting it. They will not be able to read an entire novella that's only found in that book. So having bonus content is going to be really valuable to you. So I recommend a novella, a bonus novella they can't get anywhere else. You can even add in some extra bonus scenes. This is a bigger draw. You can add in artwork. You can redesign the interior. You can do some really cool graphics. You can do like black pages with the right writing and all sorts of really cool things. I recommend dressing up your omnibus. The more draws you can have, the more your existing fan base is going to be willing to shell out like $30 for this omnibus, even though they already own all of the other books. So you want to make sure you've got something to get their attention. So do something from another character's perspective. You can do a side character. You can do a scene after the story ends. So after the entire series is done, maybe 5 years in the future, you're giving us a look into their lives, or you are going to give us the catalyst that started it all before the book started. You can give us a scene that took place a century earlier. You can do whatever you want with this, but giving us really good, valuable content is going to be what makes or breaks the success of your omnibus. So the more you can give them, the more likely they are to be able to buy into it. Now, remember, with an omnibus, we are designing these so that they have smaller fonts and different types of things. Even if it's the exact same manuscripts, you are going to be doing this in a way that makes it more condensed. So it's more cost effective. For you, you actually make more money on an omnibus than the individual books in most cases, but it's more effective for your fans to buy it as well. So the more you can pack into it, the more that you can put into that, the better it's going to be while keeping it condensed. If you want to talk more about the appropriate sizing for omnibuses and how to make it the most effective and most profitable for you and most cost effective for your readers, go ahead and let me know down below and start thinking about things you can put inside of your novels, your omnibus, to make it more of a draw for your existing audience and to give really cool things to your new audience that might find it when they find your omnibus. We can bounce some ideas down below. I've got tons of ideas for a lot of different people, so you can be as creative as you want with this, and I can be very creative with this as well. So let's talk down in the comments and follow along as we continue our discussion on how to make effective and profitable omnibuses as authors. And daily videos are dropping here on the channel, helping you navigate the world of author life from your writing to your publishing to your marketing to make this your most profitable year ever with the least amount of stress, overwhelm, and time commitment on that content creation. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.